Hey everyone, how you doing? This is Edwin Lopez, your farmer's agent here in Maryland, and today I'm going to start the first part of my series, Life Insurance Through the Ages. And what I hope to accomplish here is to help you understand life insurance at different points in time of your life. We're going to start off with, obviously, we're going to start with the youngest children. I think when it comes to children, what you need to focus on are two things. Long term, having coverage, and them being able to get coverage when they're older, even if they have something that comes up in terms of a sickness or a disease. All right. When you think about children, I don't think often that people purchase life insurance to protect themselves in case their child dies, although that is an option and that is something that does come up, obviously. But I don't think that most parents will approach life insurance for children in that way. When you look at life insurance for children, you need to think about what you're really purchasing and why. In most cases, parents are sold that there's going to be a lot of money in their policy and there's going to be this and that. And yes, if you get the right policy, there can be money when they're adults in there for them to use. Um, and it's a good thing to have. Now, normally, when it comes to life insurance, I'm not one that says you have to have one or the other. There are many life insurance agents that say you got to buy whole life or you got to buy a hybrid of some sort, and that's the only thing that they'll push in front of you. Then you have those that just it's only term. You can only buy term. To me, I've at a point in my career now where I've given out enough of these benefit checks to know that no one really cares when you go out to give them a check what type of policy they had. The most important thing that happened is that you had coverage when you needed it. So to me, the life insurance is the type of life insurance you should buy is the one that best fits your needs. So that if something were to happen, it is in place to cover your family. So going off of that logic, I will step away from that on this topic only because when it comes to children, I think there is no better option than a whole life or a hybrid policy. And the reasoning is the likelihood of a child dying early or before reaching adulthood, I would say is pretty slim. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm sure there's data that will repeal, that contradict what I just said. But when you think about life insurance for children, you're thinking long term. You're not thinking, God forbid, they die when they're 6 or 7. Okay, so the only really way, the only real way to do that effectively is with a whole life policy or a hybrid of some sort. Now, with a whole life or hybrid, there is going to be a cash account that can grow over the years that will be there for them. But please don't fall for that this will be enough that they can retire on. It can help supplement them when they get older, but a small policy is not going to really have enough in it when they retire to really make a dent. But of course, there is money in it. Now, when it comes to these whole life or hybrid policies, one of the things I will tell you that's very important is that you make sure that you include some sort of guaranteed insurability rider in the future. And what I mean by that is with our policy, and many policies have this, it's not just us, but with our policy, as they age at certain points in their life, they can purchase more insurance without needing to be seen again medically or without medical underwriting, which is the proper way to say it. And why is that important? Um, as you know, good things happen to bad people, and bad things happen to kids. And unfortunately, sometimes they will be diagnosed with something early in life or in early adulthood. Either way, what you've done by grabbing that rider is that you've guaranteed them a way if they need to purchase more life insurance in the future up into a certain age that they can without having to be medically underwritten, which you probably don't think of when they're a child. But believe me, it happens enough in early adulthood and in late childhood that it's definitely worth picking up the rider. If you're going to do this, do it right. And that's one of the ways to do it is to make sure first that you do a whole life or a hybrid of some sort. And second, that you pick the rider that guarantees their insurability in the future to purchase more. Um, it is sad to see when something happens to someone in early adulthood or late childhood and you cannot help them because medically they're just not able to be underwritten. So, today's topic again is the first part in the series. We're discussing child life insurance. I don't think you should purchase term. I think that is might be a waste of money. You know, to think that it'll be gone in 20 years or 30 years, and then what do? They renew it at their retained age. Um, Maybe I'm wrong. You know, maybe some feel different, but in this case, I would say that it's got to be a permanent or a hybrid product of some sort. Then, I guess the next topic would be how much. Well, truly, that's a personal decision. They don't have, as a child, they don't have responsibilities that they need to, you know, cover for in case something would happen to them. I'd say at a minimum, you go 25,000 up to 50,000. That's a good starting policy. If you really want to have them have good coverage so that they're set even when they're an early adult, or to set them up when they first get married or have kids or buy their first home, then you're looking at higher coverage, you know, $200,000, $300,000. But as a child, 25 to 50,000 is a great policy to start with. In any case, I hope you enjoyed this first part of this series. I hope it brought some value to you. If you have any questions, just ask them below. I'd be more than happy to help you. Look for my part 2, part 3, and part 4 of the next parts of the series. And if you found some value, please hit the like button below, and we'll talk soon. Bye-bye.